the MDOC. And Christopher, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about the Officer of the Year, Noah.
Yep, so last week we had an opportunity to announce Chris as the Parnall Correctional Facility Officer of the Year. And again, it's just a accumulation of hard work and dedication to the department. You know, he's highly respected by our staff as well as the prisoner population, and spends a lot of time with our newer staff. You know, we've been on numerous times over the last several years talking about recruiting, and you need folks on the other end to help with the retention piece and teaching folks how to do what is expected on a daily basis. And Chris, you know, sets an example for that on a daily basis. And fortunately for us, we have Chris on our team, and he's been able to really help us, you know, take our staff to the next level and set an example for the way the job's supposed to be done. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Chris, we talk a lot about the jobs and opportunities that are available through the Department of Corrections, but you've taken it from a job to a career. Tell us a little bit about your path.
When I started, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I didn't know what direction I was going to go in. And so it's afforded me a lot of opportunities working there. I was on the ERT team. I've done basically every job in the facility.
Nice.
And so there's always room to grow yourself a little bit and to experience new jobs. And that's what I really like about it.
Nice.
So,
what do you like about, obviously there's a lot of new employees. What do you like about working with some of the new hires that you have?
They're coming in fresh. So you can start from ground zero and you can try to instill some good values and things in them. That's what I like about it. You can mentor them a little bit, so yeah.
Chris, how old were you when you went into the academy?
I was actually 35. I was a little older.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I was in the military, in the Marine Corps, and I had transitioned up to, I drove a truck for a while, and then I was looking for a legit career. And so this kind of fell in my lap. I got really lucky.
Well, thank you for your service to our country.
I appreciate that.
But I love that message because I feel like I know a lot of people right now that are in a time of transition. You know, what comes next? Either somebody in particular comes to mind, they just hate their job every day. You know, they're miserable. They want to do something different, but they feel like, well, I'm 32. You know, it's too late to do something new. It's not. So can you talk to us a little bit about like what pushed you in that direction and what that experience was like?
I actually had a different warden, Brian Morrison from Coldwater, approach me and asked me if I would be interested.
Nice.
So that's actually what got me the ball rolling with that.
Got you.
And so, you know, I went through the academy. I was a little nervous because I was a little older.
Yeah.
But I had tried to stay in pretty decent shape.
Nice.
So it kind of snowballed from there. I mean, I made it through the academy. I started at Gus Harrison Correctional Facility, actually, and then transferred to Parnall.
Okay.
So, like I said before, there's so much opportunity in the department. I mean, you can go all kinds of different directions. And that's what I like about it. I mean, if I decide, you know, to get out of uniform and move up the ranks or something like that, that opportunity is there for me. So.
And you guys are hiring right now.
We are hiring.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's not just corrections officers. You guys are hiring in every position. Let me ask you this, Chris. What are some misconceptions about your career from maybe your family or friends that you have to set them straight on?
I think there's a lot of stuff on TV and people get a perception of what prison is.
Sure.
And I always tell the new people, if you're coming to prison to be a tough guy, it's probably not the place for you.
Yeah.
If you want to be a tough guy, go to the gym, whatever. We're there to rehabilitate offenders because most of these guys will get out. They will get out of prison.
Yeah.
So we want them rehabilitated when they go back into society.
Yep.
So it's not usually what you see on TV. That's the glitz and glamour. A lot of it's communicating with offenders and letting them know, you know, there's opportunities out there. And I try to be an example. Look at this guy. You know, I mean.
These are people you come in to see every single day when you come to work, part of your life.
Day.
And it is about, like you said. Talk a little bit about that stigma. You know, I mean,
I mean, we've talked about it, you know, over the last several years. I mean, it is. We're in a people business. You know, in a place like Parnall, you know, everybody is going to have an opportunity to return to the communities, and you know, our job is to put them in the best position to be successful. You know, work with them on a daily basis. You know, we're mentors. We're setting an example, and we want, you know, when guys come back to, you know, any of our communities here in Michigan, we want it to be a safer Michigan, and by doing that, we want to have folks prepared as much as possible, whether that's education, job training, vocational training, whatever it may be. You know, that's the whole purpose of what we're doing on a daily basis. You know, folks come in, they get whatever sentence they get, but now it's our opportunity to have an impact for the positive to transition into the community. And, you know, it takes individuals like Chris and all of our staff who understand what our main goal is and what we're trying to accomplish as a department to then help transition those folks, so when they do return to the community, they go on parole, they successfully discharge from parole, and then they go on to live their lives the way we all, you know, what the expectation is. And, you know, and certainly with, you know, our recidivism rate to where it is down in the 22%, which is fourth lowest nationally and the lowest we've had in the state of Michigan ever. We're certainly doing what we set out to accomplish. And you know, that takes a lot of different people. You know, there's a lot of, you know, there's corrections officers, but there's teachers, there's healthcare, there's mental health, there's vocational trades instructors, there's, I mean, all these different folks that play a role in it, you know, that have contact each day, and it's certainly, you know, certainly paying off.
Chris seems like a humble guy, but what does it mean to you to get this recognition of the Officer of the Year? I'm
super honored. I think it's great recognition. I feel like I kind of have an unfair advantage. I work up front with lieutenants and captains and, you know, the supervisors, things like that, where my coworkers, they don't necessarily get seen as much as I do. Okay. So there's a lot more deserving people than just me. It's just, I was fortunate enough to be recognized, and it's a great honor, and I appreciate it.
Well, I knew that there would be some humble pie in there, but for you to set such a great example and really mentor the people coming in, I'm sure is just so invaluable.
Yeah, I mean, again, he is being awful humble. I mean, we have a lot of great staff, and it was, you know, it's certainly not an easy decision when it comes to, you know, stuff like this, when you're trying to decide and look at the accomplishments of so many staff and the work they do. You know, there's also community involvement that he's involved in his communities, and, you know, it set him above, you know, but certainly, like he mentioned, there's a lot of staff that deserve or are worth being, you know, certainly can be recognized, but, you know, he's one that was, you know, awarded it this year, and you know, it'll be a celebration in May statewide for all of our corrections officers of the year for each facility at a banquet, our employee appreciation banquet, and there'll be a announcement of the statewide officer year, you know, over the next couple months. So we're certainly proud of Chris and all of our staff at Parnall and the work they do. We're very fortunate.
Yeah, we're lucky to have you both for sure in our community. I want to thank you guys very much for coming in, and congratulations.
Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Good job.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
From the MDOC, Warden at the Parnall Correctional Facility, Nagy, and Corrections Officer of the Year, Chris Shaw. More of the show right after this.